We're going to talk about how to overcome challenges coming up.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to an all-new edition of the Sunday Night Sit Down with America's #1 money couple. I'm Talent.
And I'm Ty, and we're from hisandhermoney.com, where we're managing money, marriage, and everything in between.
The Sunday Night Sit Down is being brought to you by Policy Genius.
Policy Genius guarantees the best life insurance price for you and those you love. It's so simple to protect your family today in 5 easy steps. 1. Calculate quotes. 2. Compare companies. 3. Apply online. 4. Receive expert advice. And 5. Rest easy. It really is that simple. Calculate, compare, apply with Policy Genius. For more info, head on over to hisandhermoney.com/Policy Genius.
So we want to talk to you guys about challenges that you may be facing. These challenges could be financial, it could be marital, it could just be situations on your job with a loved one. Whatever the challenge is, we want to talk to you about how you should go about facing it, and not just facing that challenge, but overcoming that challenge.
That's right, guys. You know, we remember a story. We often laugh at this story.
I don't. She laughs. She laughs.
Yeah. I can laugh now, but it's almost 12 years old, and it was actually, we were on our honeymoon, you all. So you know how that is. You're on your honeymoon, you're excited, and it's like, yeah, we're doing life together. And so we were actually on a cruise. We took a 7-day cruise. Oh, I love that cruise. I want to go back. But we took a 7-day cruise, and one of the stops that we took, we actually did an excursion. And I wanted him to try out snorkeling. Now, I've actually snorkeled before, so I thought that it would be fun, that, hey, you want to do this? Let's do it. You know, and I didn't really know that you had such a fear of water.
There's one problem with snorkeling.
Wow.
I can't swim.
Yeah, but I was actually encouraging him and telling him, oh, don't worry. You're really not going that far out in the deep. It's salt water, so it's going to help you stay afloat. You're going to have on your life vest and life jacket and all the floaties and stuff, so no worries, right?
Now, some of you all are familiar with snorkeling, and you may think, what, you're just off the shore.
Yeah.
You just go out a little bit and put
Yeah.
your face in it. No. That's not the type of snorkeling that this young lady wanted me to do.
You know what? Believe it or not, it wasn't. I had no idea. Like, they put us on this boat.
On a boat!
And the boat kept going.
Kept going.
And it kept going.
In the middle of the ocean.
And it was going. I'm like, what? I'm like, wait a minute now. I've never done this. The type of snorkeling that I've done is usually by the shore type thing. But where they were taking us, they were just probably taking us more to a different side of that island. But I remember saying, you know, okay, so my last words to my husband was, wait for me when you get in the water. Just get in the water. You go first. You wait for me. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm the leader. Like, yeah, I can do this. Just follow my lead type thing, you know. And just thinking about it, I can see it in my head. So I remember you actually jumped off of the ledge of the boat. So they were like, okay, guys, one by one, everybody go. And I remember your little fin, one foot went out.
Oh, wow.
One foot went out, and it was so funny. You all don't know, my husband is 6'3", okay? He's not a tiny man, right? So all I remember was hearing, boop. I'm like, wait a minute. What are you doing? He didn't just step out. He like plunged out, okay? All of a sudden, I remember he went under, boom! And all of a sudden, I saw him. He's like, he put his arms out. I remember seeing his eyes were closed. He's breathing. I'm like, Talent! I'm yelling, trying to get him to calm down. Talent! And y'all, he did not stop. All of a sudden, he stopped, he looked up, he turned around, and he was by himself. I'm like, what are you doing? Where are you going? And I remember I got in the water and I just felt like, oh my gosh, I don't want to lose my brand new husband, you know, not even 3 days after we got married, you know, so I'm like, let me go out here and try to help him. So I'm swimming to him and whatnot. I'm like, what happened? He's like choking off water, like, choking off water and stuff, talking about, Ty, I had no idea that I was going to have to like fall in the water like that. I'm like, you just kept going. You were supposed to wait for me. How come you didn't wait for me? And I kind of felt like, I was by myself, you know, and it was almost like I saw that he was in survival mode. He didn't care if his brand new wife was okay. He's like, look, I'm trying to save my life. And for a minute there, I was just like, oh, really? Is that how we gonna do it? You gonna save your life? But then I realized it was a sink or swim situation for him. He was literally, it was like life or death. He was terrified. And you all know that anytime you're terrified around water, that's like the worst, actually the worst like emotion that you can have around water is fear. Because they say that a lot of times when people are afraid, they don't really make the best decisions. And usually times, you know, it can end in a bad result. But you all, we just started thinking, okay, what do you do in those situations? You know, in his case, it was all or nothing.
And I think that this story, although there are some important details missing from this story.
Like what? Like what? Please refresh my memory. It's like 12 years
First of all,
later.
as my wonderful wife Ty alluded to, I got off the boat before she did.
You did.
Meaning that
one little fin.
Meaning that when I left you, quote unquote left you,
Flipper, rather.
You were safe and sound on a boat with the crew.
He has
and
been
other
saying
people.
that, yes.
There's only one person that was in danger in the scenario, and that person was me. So let's clear that up.
Oh my God.
Now, here's the principle of the story. For me, this was a very challenging situation. Hey, I'm a new husband.
Yeah.
I have a wife to lead, and the first thing she wants to lead her to is the Caribbean Ocean.
Yeah, I thought it was fun.
So I'm like, scared on the inside. I have real fear because I don't know how to swim.
I don't think you've been snorkeling ever since.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
And I could have let that fear stop me.
Yeah.
I could have let that fear turn me around, come up with an excuse, try to figure out a different alternative. But instead, I chose to face the challenge that was in front of me. And how did I face that challenge? With both feet.
Yeah.
I jumped in with both feet. Mm-hmm. What happened was I went in, and as that salt water was entering my mouth, I remember I flashed back to 6-year-old Talent who went to the YMCA and had some swimming lessons for a couple weeks. And I just went for it. Just went for it.
Yeah, you were just moving.
Then I looked up, I'm like, why am I all the way over here and the boat's all the way over there? But the point is, we have a story to tell now, right? It was a great adventure. It was an awesome time. Eventually, after I calmed down and after she calmed down, we was able to see some great sights in the water, and everything turned out all right. But it only turned out all right because I made the decision that when that challenge was in front of me, I jumped in with both feet. What challenges are in front of you right now?
Yeah.
Is your money situation bad and you're trying to figure out how to turn it around? Is your marriage not in the best place that it should be? And you're trying to figure out how to mend the broken pieces. Maybe you're at a job that you can't stand and you're trying to figure out how to make yourself more marketable and get something better. Whatever the challenge is, don't run from it. Don't let the challenge stop you or stifle you or even scare you away. I dare you. Ty Triple Dog dares you to attack the challenge and jump in with both feet.
So let me talk to my ladies out there. You know, those of you that have gone into labor, carried a child and things like that, you know that it's not easy, right? We have 3 beautiful children, but each and every single time that it was game time, I was afraid. I'm like, I remember having the thought, I'm not doing this right now. I don't want to do this. No, thank you. I want to go home. But it's like, Ty, you can't go home. You have to deliver a beautiful baby that is going to be this great reward. And you just have to give it all you got, you know. And yes, it's painful during that moment. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, it feels like, you know, this is it. You know, how are you going to come out of this? But in the end, you're going to have such great reward. And so that's what we're basically teaching you guys and telling you all. Don't give up, especially don't give up right in the middle, because you're this close. It's not in vain. Your journey to getting out of debt is not in vain. Working on your marriage, trying to be a better person, that's not in vain. Trying to be a better mom, a better father, that's not in vain. Working at your job, all this is not in vain. Don't give up. Continue to push. Continue to strive. Yes, there are times where you may be left out there alone. Just like my husband said, he was out there alone. But you're really not alone, right? And so we often think about that story in our lives. And we laugh, but yet it serves a purpose. We realize that, hey, we made it out of that, right? and that you conquered your fears. And I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
The Bible tells us this. It's very honest. That's why I love reading it. And it says that in this life we will have trials and tribulations, but fear not, for I have overcome the world.
Amen.
So listen, things are going to happen. Things are going to come up. Things are not going to go according to your plan all the time. But fear not, because you have a Savior who has overcome the world. And if you believe in Him, submit your life to Him, guess what? You've got that same victory too, that the challenge that's in front of you, you now have the power to overcome.
That's right, guys. And I want to just encourage somebody out there. Yes, you're the one that's watching, and you're probably going through something right now, something that seems so tough, something that seems so big to handle. But we serve a God that can handle it for you, right? We serve a big God that can handle any situation for us. The battle is not ours, it's His. So I want you guys, keep the faith, hold on, just know that we're praying for you. We're in your corner. We receive your messages. Keep leaving us messages. We love reading them, and just know that you're not alone. We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment in the comment section below and let us know, how can we pray for you on this week? We would love to pray for you. Leave us a comment. I don't care what it is, how small, how big, how silly it may sound. We want to hear from you, and we're going to pray for you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, check us out over at our website at hisandhermoney.com, and meet us back here next Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, where you will see the both of us sharing with you.
And don't forget to subscribe to the His and Her Money YouTube channel, and be sure to hit that little bell on the side. Well, that's all we got for this week, guys. It's been great. Until next time, peace.
Bye, y'all. Be encouraged.